Located just off the A40, Briarsfield Motel and Touring Park is simple to get to with great access. The journey here couldn't be simpler. It's a small family-run, adults-only site. In terms of pitches, you can opt for grass, with or without electric, hard standing with electric, or fully serviced hard standing pitches. The hard standing pitches are all separated by hedges, so you've got a bit of extra privacy from your adjoining neighbours. There is Wi-Fi on site that comes as part of your pitch, however we didn't use it as 4G signal was great and we both have unlimited data. You can hear a bit of road noise from the A40, but it's not intrusive and we like being this close to town so it suits us. We also noticed small planes flying around the area, so I looked up on the map and Gloucestershire Airport is relatively close by. It was quite nice seeing the planes fly overhead. The facilities block is located at the centre of the site. There's a covered outdoor area so you can do your washing up if you don't fancy doing it in your van. I can't speak for the ladies, but the gents' toilets were maintained spotlessly clean. They're modern, one of the best blocks that we've used. They had Radio 2 piped in, which was nice to listen to whilst having a shower in the morning. Like a lot of campsites, they have an area with a wash machine, tumble dryer, iron, etc. But I like that they also had magazines, books and board games to borrow, as well as the obligatory local attractions leaflet stand. Bus routes into Cheltenham are frequent and there's a bus stop just outside the campsite entrance. If you fancy walking into Cheltenham, it takes about an hour. There are also cycle paths if you bring your own bike, or you can always hire a Voi electric scooter that operates in the area. Bill and I both walked into Cheltenham and I scooted back and it cost £3.71, so possibly cheaper than buying a single bus ticket. Cheltenham has lots of shops on offer as well as many restaurants and cafes. We went to our favourite restaurant, Beefy Boys, as we were in the area. We played crazy golf and did an escape room. There are plenty of other attractions, but I'll leave that up to you to look them up. If you're wanting a night off of cooking but don't want to venture into Cheltenham town, there's a Harvester a short walk from the campsite as well as a KFC. If you need to top up your supplies or refuel your car, there's an Asda supermarket just minutes drive from the campsite. All in all, this is a great site, possibly one of the best we've visited to date. I don't intend on returning to the same site as there are so many to try, but I would like to return here in the future if we decide to come back to Cheltenham. Morning, you join us as we're actually heading home, and we've spent the last 2 nights at Gate Farm in Sedgemoor, is it? I'm not sure what the location is.
Just south of Birmingham.
Yeah, just southeast sort of Birmingham, sort of between Birmingham and Coventry. So yeah, like I say, we've spent the last 2 days there. Unfortunately, I didn't capture any footage of us arriving at the site because I always think that's quite nice sort of show the arrival, like what the roads are like leading to any campsite. So I've got it in reverse so you can have a look at that here.
Head south towards Cheltenham Road. In 100 yards, turn left onto Cheltenham Road. Take the next left onto Cheltenham Road.
So in terms of the site itself, what were your thoughts on the good, the bad, the ugly?
Okay, so let's start with the good because I always think you should lead with that.
Yeah.
What was good about the site? Location was fantastic. I don't know how long it took. It's like 15 minutes to maybe get to the NEC. It's a bit difficult because we went to the NEC via a Toby Carvery for breakfast.
Yeah, it was kind of en route though, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. So that was really nice.
So it's a really good location for that, but also for Birmingham as a city in general. It's just outside the city itself.
It is a shame that the motorway... What is that motorway? Is it the M6?
Oh, the M6 is a nightmare.
It is a nightmare because we went to IKEA and to Furniture Village to look for new furniture for our extension. And it took us an hour to do 25 miles. So, yeah, not great, but there we are. So, yeah, campsite well situated.
And all the pitches were sort of fully serviced, weren't they?
Yeah, they were, and hard standing, which is really important in this weather because we actually got a bit caught out at the last site at Briarsfield. We had to pack up in the rain, which was a new experience for us. What we've learned is we need some waterproof shoes because these trainers that I've got, believe it or not, are actually running shoes. I've never gone for well, that's a lie, I have gone for a run, but they're not used for running. So as they're breathable, they let in lots of water. So I've learned that maybe we need some like little wellies or something. And I actually had bought a new coat that was a bit thicker, so that was quite good. But unfortunately, the pathway to the shower block was waterlogged because we thought we may as well do most of the packing up and then go and have a shower and then tootle off. And actually, as luck would have it, we spoke to a guy in the toilet block and he clocked us. He was opposite us. And just as we were leaving the toilet block, he said, "Oh, it's eased up out there, so you should be able to hitch up and sort of be off on your way in the dry," which was frustrating because we should have just waited half an hour and packed up when it was dry, but there we are. We can't have it always.
Should be said, it wasn't just rain, it was the middle of the storm, wasn't it?
Oh, it was horrible. Really, really horrible. But yeah.
And yeah, we like hard standing pitches, and also the fact we can have the water.
Oh yeah, so it had like mains
service.
water, mains drainage at this site. So it was almost like a fully essentially it was a fully serviced pitch on a CL, which for us is like, that's like the best combination. I like the quietness of, well, I say I like the quietness. If you're after a quiet site, a CL is perfect because there's only 5 of you on there. But I like that it's affordable. It was really cheap. What was it? £20 a night?
Yeah, it was certainly better value for money. And the other CL was slightly less, wasn't it?
So I kind of swing one of two ways. I either want, if I'm going on like a big site, I want there to be things to do. Whereas if we go on a small site, I want it to be quite quiet.
I think the bigger sites you pay more, so I think it comes down to value for money, doesn't it? If you're paying more, you want to feel like you're getting more for your money.
Absolutely, and I feel like Gate Farm, I'd say it's probably the best value for money site we've stayed at this year, wouldn't you?
Yeah, definitely.
So when we arrived at the site, I don't know if it's the owner or the son of the owner, not quite sure what the setup is. He came and greeted us. He was really nice. He said that we've got 12 units of electric to use each day, which he said on average over the last year, people typically use 11 units of electric. So 12 is just one extra. For us, that wasn't a problem because we were actually going to the NEC on the Saturday to the caravan show. Funnily enough, actually, everyone else that was staying at Gate Farm, well, it's not funny, it's no surprise really, it's really well situated. Everyone else there was going to the caravan show, and I think 2 of the Baileys, funny enough, 2 Bailey owners were part of the Bailey Owners Club and were on the Bailey stand.
It's actually the Far 3.
Oh, the Far 3,
yeah.
Okay. And we actually spoke to our next door neighbours this morning. They were a really nice couple. Yeah, we've had a really, really lovely stay. So owners absolutely fantastic, location fantastic.
And the access is really good to get in and out.
The entrance gate is automatically operated, which they give you a fob.
Well, when you first get there, they email you a code, you put that in and it opens up a little lockbox, and then you have a little welcome pack with your fob on. Yeah,
and I must say, we've done quite a few escape rooms, so we're now quite good at that. I quite enjoy that. Yeah, they give you like an escape room for free. So the things that aren't so great about the site, go on then Bill, you may as well start.
Well, yeah, there's 2 gates. The main one is electrically operated, as we just touched on, but then when you go further down, there's a manual gate. So obviously I got out every time and opened it and shut it behind you. Yeah. So it's not a big deal, but when it was raining, it was a slight inconvenience.
It might be a bit more of a faff if you're on your own, but there we are. Might be worth mentioning, this doesn't bother us, but it might bother some people. The campsite is sort of situated below, I'd imagine it must be Birmingham Airport's, like basically a flight path. So you frequently hear planes. Like I say, for us, not an issue. I actually quite like looking out at the planes overhead. I think they sort of start at around 6:30 in the morning, 6 o'clock in the morning, and stop at around 11 p.m. at night. So you're not sort of bothered throughout the night.
No, unlike the other campsite where there was like those very small planes flying over, these were
like proper like passenger jets.
Exactly, so they were quite noisy.
But yeah, like I say, that's not really a bother for me.
No.
So we really loved that we had a fully serviced pitch. I mean, they're all fully serviced, I believe. and they're all hard standing, but the bit where the water post is, there's grass, quite thick grass between the water post and the pitch. So when we came to pack up, fortunately it was dry, but the ground was really quite wet. That something I think would be an improvement for the site would be some stepping stones just between the back of the hard standing pitch and the post for the water, just so then you don't get wet feet. Obviously, if I had better footwear, that wouldn't be an issue. Like wellies, no problem. Anything like that to stop you getting wet feet. But if you haven't got waterproof pair of shoes, you might get wet feet. So overall, we think the site represents fantastic value for money. £20 a night. You can't go too far wrong. Like I say, we really like the facilities, I like its location, and I'd actually say it's probably one of my top 5 favourite sites, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
The purpose of us coming up to Gate Farm was we were going to the Motorhome and Caravan Show.
I think you've decided it's not as fun when you're not actually buying a caravan yourself.
No, it's not. It's so much more exciting if actually you're looking for a new caravan. It is nice to have a look, and actually we didn't really see anything that really caught our eye. The only caravan that I'd say that I really quite liked was the Bailey, I can't remember what it was, Bologna. Some Bailey Unicorn, Bologna or Bailey.
Yeah, I think
GT75,
I think you have in mind when we get a new caravan in 9 years' time to sort of upgrade the Bailey, whereas I'm more leaning to try a Coachman.
Yeah, you really want a Coachman, but I just think they're so expensive. Yeah, really liked the Bologna. I thought that was a really nice caravan, but there was nothing else that really took my eye. And actually that was the case for the accessories, because we really thought that we would go in there and we would find more accessories. But you kind of feel like when you go into the little accessory areas, people are just not squabbling, but it does feel like a bit of a scrum.
You're herded round, aren't you?
Yeah, which I don't really like. I wish they would restrict the tickets a bit more, because I feel like it was a bit too busy.
Well, maybe we should try going on a Thursday.
Yeah, we could do.
Because Saturday's always going to be the busiest day.
Absolutely, yes, that's probably our fault.
Albeit we've agreed we're not going to go back for at least a year, haven't we?
Yeah, there's no point. I would rather just mooch around local caravan stores or look online for stuff to buy, because I don't actually think anything really represents excellent value for money there.
I think we only spent about 4 hours there. I think if we was actually looking to buy a caravan, we would have got far more out of it.
Yeah.
But I can't see how someone spends sort of 3 or 4 days there.
No, I am surprised when people like buy tickets for multiple days, what they're actually doing, because I think you can see it all in one day. Well, I say see it all. Like, we're going there, we're not really interested in motorhomes, so we bypass that. Like, I don't see the point in having to look at every single stand and look at every single product on sale.
We was planning our if it was to win the lottery, what motorhome we'd be getting though, didn't we?
Yeah, I must say, we walked past a couple of motorhomes, didn't go in any, but yeah, the ones that are basically the size of coaches, we'd like to do like a European road trip in. That'd be quite nice, but like I say, a bit of a pipe dream.
And you did enjoy the man with the cleaning disc.
So I must say, they always kind of get me. There was a guy, I can't remember the name of the product, but basically it was a caravan cleaning product. I do the caravan cleaning, so it's way more of an interest to me than it is of Bill. But yeah, he was like a bit of a Dell boy, and he was like, you put the water in it, then you shake it like this, and yeah, I just thought he was quite good, and it actually seemed quite good. You got a squeegee, this cleaning
it's a standard
product.
sort of thing. Normally it's £30, but today it's only £20. But there's more. I'm also going to give this for free.
Squeegee for free. I must say, I nearly gave him 20 quid for a new kit, but I've already got a whole heap of cleaning stuff. I don't need any more. But I was looking at it thinking, oh yeah, that squeegee does get rid of the water quite easily. Yeah, so interesting. It's always very interesting going to these kind of things. And actually, I've never wanted one of those lit up flagpoles more. Have you? You know the ones with like the LED light strips? I want to go to a festival and have one of them. But yeah, I think that'd be much to Mum's dismay, because I think that's what she wanted when she asked for a flagpole, and Dad bought her an actual proper flagpole for the garden. So yeah, I think she was quite disappointed, but that's a story for another day. So we've had a really nice sort of 12 nights away in the caravan, but we're really looking forward to going home, because hopefully our new kitchen should be mostly fitted all bar the worktop. So we're really excited to get home. We've only got an hour and 56 minutes to go and 100 miles, so probably just over 2.25 hours maybe. Really looking forward to getting home and seeing the kitchen. And we had a bit of a tot-up, didn't we, the other night? And we have spent this year 45 nights away in the caravan. So we feel like we're getting the value out of it. I don't know quite what that works out at per night if you was to break down the cost of the pitches.
Don't know, but it is about 13% of the year we've been in the caravan.
So, I feel like we're making the most of it. So, absolutely loving caravanning so far. Whilst we were away, we also spoke a little bit about 2024 holidays, didn't we? But I think we're going to save that probably for New Year's Eve again, because we quite enjoyed that last year, talking about where we fancy going on holiday. None of which I don't think we've actually done, because we said we was going to go to Canterbury and we haven't been. So maybe next year we'll have to do that. So yes, that sort of concludes our trip. So if you have been, thank you so much for watching. Please do give the video a thumbs up if you've enjoyed the video, and also if you haven't, please do click subscribe and you'll be notified every time we upload a new video. Thanks for watching. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.